We are heading out of the chateau. I'm trying to get packed as quickly as possible because Simon just found out that before the end of the fiscal year at his job that he has to take 2 days off. So we're on a long weekend, everybody, off to Seville in Spain. We're going to show you all of the delights of a weekend, just a couple of days in Spain. But first, if you're new to our channel or if you haven't been here for a while, we have been working on the room where I'm standing right now. We've been doing a ton of work in here, and as you can see, a lot has been happening. It's really coming together nicely. It's gonna be so gorgeous. We're still looking for the final bits, the art. We're gonna be hanging some curtains. We've gotta put up the bed crown, the hand-painted panels as they go up. But it's very close to coming together, and soon we will be having the big reveal. But now I've got to get packed because we are on our way first to Paris and then to Seville. There's my bag down there, ready to go. And I still can't get past looking at this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous mirror. I know. Are we ready to go?
I hope so.
Ready for our trip to Seville?
Yep, I hope so.
Well, it's a very early morning. Simon and I are on our way to Seville, but of course I have to take little Baudelaire for a walk before we do the handoff to Isabella. She's going to be watching him all weekend. And yes, we do have shared custody, which is a really, really lovely thing because it means that when we travel, she can watch him. When she's busy working, then we can watch him. But I wanted to show you guys Paris in the early morning. It feels like spring today after such a cold winter and all that glorious snow that we had. Now the sky is blue. Actually, there are buds on the trees. There are little wildflowers popping up in the grass. I just love how family-oriented Paris is. Children everywhere, dogs, babies, old people. It's such a brilliant, vibrant city. Now, I'm gonna take him for a little bit longer of a walk, and then I need to rush back, grab my things together. We're off to Spain. Made it at the airport, on our way. The rain in Spain falls gently on the plane. It was supposed to be sunny. Well, sweetie, we've just landed. We've got blue sky in front of us, but it's actually raining on us.
There's a rain shower, yeah. That's okay.
We made it to Seville.
Cheers! We're here.
We are.
Oh my goodness, we're in the airport and I just looked at my phone and we are at 49,999 since we were in the air. Just one more to go. Guys, just one more to go. If you're out there and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We only need one more to go. Can you believe that, sweetie? We only need one more to go to reach 50,000.
You know, it would be really nice if we could know who that person was, that we could kind of say little message saying thank you, you got us our 50,000.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
But you can't really do that. I don't think you know, do you?
No, and also I feel like we just have to say a huge thank you to
Just thank
everybody.
you to everybody. Thank you so much. Well, when we get there, are we there yet?
No, we've got
there
one to go. Just one to go.
I feel like a little child on a trip. Are we there yet?
Exactly. Just arrived at our hotel down this adorable little road that is lined with these trees that are full of oranges. And Simon has booked this whole thing, so I have no idea where we're staying. All right, what have you booked for us? This is beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. And I'm heading straight for the lovely orange water. trompe-l'oeil marble everywhere because we had a special project we're going to help with. Terry and Ash doing the trompe-l'oeil marble. I did some in our Chateau Regency-inspired bedroom renovation, and I'm thinking of doing some more downstairs in the entrance hall, so this is some good inspiration. I have to say, nice job.
Thank you.
I left everything to you, and you did a really good job.
Well, let's see the rooms and the restaurant and everything else.
I think it's going to be
so
beautiful.
far it looks really nice.
So far it does look really nice. Coming up to our room. We're on the 4th floor.
It's sunny but windy today. Oh, look at the tiles out there, aren't they beautiful?
Our room is really small, which is fine because we are on a budget. We need to save our money for all these big renovation projects we have coming up soon. But we have the loveliest little terrace and the most beautiful view overlooking the cathedral. Very, very rainy forecast. We came with our raincoats. The sun has come out and we have a beautiful blue sky. So we're getting settled into our hotel room and it's time to unpack. Now, this has been the easiest journey ever because we didn't even bother to check a bag. I brought my beautiful Bordeaux red bag from Nomad Lane, which I love so much. You guys might have seen, and I took it down to the Chateau de Lalande with me for the Christmas party. And now it is my favorite bag of all. It is just gorgeous.
I'd like one of those bags as well. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful. I know that one's mine.
Really practical.
If you had one, what color would you get?
Oh, I quite like there are 2 green ones. I quite like the one they call olive.
Maybe on one of our next trips, we'll get you one. But in the meantime, I am going to unpack. Last time I showed you all the stuff you could fit into it. Now I'm going to unpack and show you all the stuff that's going to come out of it. Yes, the Nomad Lane bento bag. It's made with premium weather-resistant nylon and LWG certified leather. And as you guys know, we do a lot of weekend trips abroad, like this lovely impromptu getaway to Seville. And this totally saved us on extra luggage fees because it's designed to fit under most standard airline seats. It also meant getting quickly through the airports, which was a breeze. Now, let's unpack. Perfect for a vlogger like me, this bag features a padded laptop sleeve that can accommodate laptops up to 16 inches. It comes with an external water bottle pocket that can be zipped away when not in use, keeping your bag looking sleek and organized. And for those times when we do need to bring more luggage, the trolley sleeve slips over the handle of roller luggage seamlessly, converting into a pocket when not in use. Very, very clever. It also includes a detachable, adjustable shoulder crossbody strap, providing really versatile and functional carrying options. And I love all these pockets and compartments, which truly make for much more organized packing. There's even an elastic key leash and a dedicated pouch for your tech gear, cables, chargers, headphones, all those little things that we need, and a clear toiletry bag. And now let's look at all the clothes I've been able to fit in here. Even space for my shoes and my Chatelaine de Jour, Chatelaine de Nuit tote bag from the Chateau Love Shop, of course. So visit Nomad Lane's website by clicking on the link in the description below to know more about the bento bag and the other lovely Nomad Lane products. Now, I need to hurry up and freshen up so that I can get out and go soak in this magnificent city. Made it out of the hotel room?
Yes, we have.
Sorry, I had to finish my video. You went out to take photos.
I went and took photos and I've had a lovely afternoon and here we are together.
And now I've got this is the biggest glass of wine. We don't get glasses of wine this size in France.
It looks great.
And we have tapas coming.
Tapas.
Yes. I love this place. So we have our tapas, we have sardines, and look at this. This is smoked garbanzo beans and spinach, and it's absolutely delicious. I know you love Spain. You're dying to pack it all in and just move down here.
I'm having a great time. I really love coming to visit.
Well, I tell you what, at this time of year, the depths of winter, this is glorious.
This is the best time, yeah.
Yeah. New morning, but it looks like we might actually get a little sun today. Simon's back there. I'm very excited to go get some breakfast. Let's go see what's on the beautiful breakfast menu at our hotel. I want to show you this beautiful room. This is the breakfast room at the hotel. And the hand-painted tiles are stunning. It's gonna be so lovely to have breakfast here in the morning. Look at that ceiling. Tremendous chandeliers. This really is a proper breakfast setup, isn't it?
Just to my right here is a little secret passage that goes into the most incredible courtyard. So why don't we have a quick sneak peek?
Oh, I'm very excited.
It's very pretty.
One of the main reasons we came here was to look for very special Spanish antiques. And look at that vitrine.
Isn't it beautiful?
I mean, I can't even look at what's inside it because that's one of the most beautiful display cases I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's more beautiful than a picture frame or a mirror. Oh, it's just stunning. Oh, can we go inside?
Of course, if you want to.
Yes, of course I want to go. A lot of things here are to do with bullfighting. Everywhere we go, there are things to do with the bullfighting. And regardless of one's feelings about that, it is very much a part of the heritage here in Seville. But I had forgotten just how big of a part of the culture it really is.
So this is named the Anti-Guardadas Lola Ortiga, and that shop is actually called the Anti-Guardadas Lola Ortiga.
Oh, I can't wait to go in, but before I do, I want to look in this exquisite square. Such beautiful things, and I am very excited because there are some gorgeous antique pieces in here. For those of you new to our channel, I am an antique and vintage jewelry dealer, and we have a segment called Jewelry of the Week, where I show the latest beautiful pieces that I found all over the world. This magnificent vintage ring glows in all the right ways, just like Seville. Featuring a large central white opal with beautiful green, blue, and gold plays of color, it is surrounded by glorious aquamarines and even diamonds along each side of the bands. So the perfect ring to welcome the springtime. Now, do you love Art Nouveau as much as we do? If so, we have some delightful new pieces this week, such as this gorgeous gold-plated collar featuring a beautiful spray of lilies, and this wonderful pendant of gold, Persian turquoise, and seed pearls. For you cameo lovers, I finally have another Victorian Roman gods and goddesses Days of the Week bracelet. Each hand-carved cameo features a different god or goddess riding a chariot, such as Saturn on Saturday. Go figure. And for you Art Deco lovers, this gold, diamond, sapphire, and seed pearl pendant is both elegant and dramatic. Imagine it is over 100 years old. And staying in the Art Deco era, we have the splendid 18-karat gold and signed Limoges enamel pendant featuring the most exquisitely depicted woman. Such incredible techniques. And finally, who doesn't love a beautiful vintage diamond ring featuring a large central stone surrounded by a halo of smaller diamonds on the band? This is truly a wonderful love token. These and other Chateau-inspired gifts are available on the Chateau Love website, and there will even be a couple of magnificent pieces that I found here in Seville, very Spanish, in next week's episode. Now we're going to step inside one of Europe's most extraordinary royal residences, the Royal Alcázar. This palace is a living masterpiece. It's been shaped by Moorish artisans, Christian kings, and centuries of love, power, and fierce ambition. From dazzling Mudejar tilework and hidden courtyards to lush gardens that seem to go on forever, the Alcazar isn't frozen in time. It's still very much alive, looking around us, as one of the oldest palaces in Europe still in use, if not the oldest. Now, the Alcazar dates back to 913 AD, when it began its life as a fortified palace built by the Umayyad Caliphate. Now, what makes it extraordinary is that it was never, ever abandoned. Instead, it kept evolving. Over more than 1,100 years, Muslim rulers, Christian kings, Renaissance architects, and Baroque designers have all added layers. So what you see today is not one era, but a conversation across centuries, which is often why it's called the oldest royal palace in Europe in continuous use. Now, who lives there now? Nobody lives here full-time, but it's still very much an active royal residence. Whenever the Spanish royal family visits Seville, they stay in the upper floors here of the Alcazar, which are closed to the general public. Now, the palace is officially owned by the Spanish crown and is managed by the city of Seville. So yes, this is not a museum pretending to be royal. It is genuinely still a part of living Spanish monarchy. But why it feels so different from other palaces is that the Alcazar is famous for its Mudejar style. Created after the Christian reconquest, King Pedro I of Castile in the 14th century deliberately employed Muslim artisans to design his palace, even though he was a Christian king. The result, Arabic inscriptions praising a Christian monarch, Islamic geometry serving a European throne. Alcazar was designed with sound and silence in mind. You'd never know that by hearing all the people around me. But all of these little fountains everywhere were meant to cool the air and, best of all, mask private conversations. And in some courtyards, if you stand very still, you'll hear the water before you'll notice people. Privacy through beauty, which I love this idea for decorating in our own chateau. Now, King Pedro I was often known as King Pedro the Cruel or King Pedro the Just. Legend says that he once personally executed a nobleman in this very palace for abusing his power, then ordered the crime scene to be sealed into the walls so that future rulers would remember that justice mattered more than rank. And I wonder which one of these walls that's are. Now, is this truth or myth? It has been debated, but the story still clings to the stones around us. And also, many of you may know this place as Game of Thrones. Yes, the Alcazar doubled as a place called Dorne in the Game of Thrones, specifically the area of the Gardens of Sunspear. What's fascinating is that it was used and almost nothing needed to be altered for Game of Thrones. No CGI arches, no digital gardens. The palace already looked like a fantasy, so reality absolutely won out. It's a palace designed not just to rule from, but to live in. Magical arches, these beautiful fountains, and splendid gardens fall in love just a little bit of Chateau love with the Alcazar here in Seville.
Right behind us is Seville Cathedral, and wow, this place knows how to make an entrance.
It is the largest Gothic cathedral in the world. Yes, you heard that correctly. It was built in the 1400s, and it is pure drama in the very best way. Think soaring arches, a beautiful golden glow even in the rain, and centuries of faith, love, and ambition wrapped into one breathtaking space. And inside is the tomb of Christopher Columbus, and outside is the most gorgeous tower, La Giralda, which started life as a minaret, and now it steals the Seville skyline.
If buildings could talk, imagine the tales this one would tell. Let's have a look inside.
Let's go. magnificent piece behind me is called the Virgin of the Star, La Virgin de Estrella, and it was actually created by a French sculptor named Nicolas de Léon. And I love this so much. The Virgin is holding the star, which is meant to, of course, be the star of guidance. But the thing I love best about it is that baby Jesus is just hanging out, playing with his adorable little toes. It's great. Now we're coming up onto the main altar, and I confess, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. So this is kind of mind-blowing. We walked in and it was pretty plain by European cathedral standards. And then we've encountered the altar. You look shell-shocked almost.
It is literally a wall 100 meters high with rows and rows of statue work and gold leafing and painting and carvings. The death and the ascension and everything, the crucifixion and the ascension and everything else of Jesus Christ is depicted. It's the most incredible thing in any cathedral that I've seen in my entire life, and I've been into a lot of cathedrals, as you probably know.
Yes.
But this
It's mind-blowing.
wall it is literally just a wall. You have to sit and appreciate it, take it in with your eyes. It's insane how much work went into it. 85 years apparently took to build that.
I don't think I've ever seen you speechless in a church before.
This warrants it though. Look at this thing, it's incredible. It was financed by the bullion gold that they brought from South America, the Columbus, which is why he's buried here. Which was where he left. This was where they left for the Americas in 1492. So he apparently, the bullion that he brought over, or that he discovered and that they all started to mine in the 1500s and bring over here. That's what financed all of this. I mean, the Spanish Empire at that time was just so incredibly rich that it's hard to explain. You know, it's hard to sort of understand how rich it really was. But when you come here and you see this, you start to get a little bit of an idea of just how much wealth they had in the 1500s.
And just when I think I couldn't be any more overwhelmed by this extraordinary altar behind me, it is soaring gold and statues. It's completely overwhelming. I've turned around and I'm facing what I think is the most extraordinary organ I've ever seen.
Christopher Columbus is buried here in the Cathedral of Seville, and they confirmed that by exhuming him in 2003. And in 2003 they did made an absolute certainty that it was Christopher Columbus's remains that were here in the cathedral. This is his mausoleum behind us that was realised in 1902. So he was exhumed from this, and his remains were tested, and it was confirmed that it was Christopher Columbus.
I think it's about to start raining on us again. Yep, I feel it too.
Maybe go get a coffee or something?
Yes.
Tapas and more tapas.
So this time I believe we have huevas with patatas fritas, yes? That's yours, my darling. And empanadas. We've got 3 different kinds now. Nobody makes empanadas as good as Oscar at the Chateau de Bellebat, but we shall have a go because we love empanadas. And mixed vegetables. Those look delicious. Wow. Con mucho gusto. You may think that Spain is always sunny. We certainly did. Apparently in February it's only meant to get 6 days of rain per year. Well, today is definitely one of those days. It is bucketing down, but it doesn't make it any less beautiful. And we are on our way to a spectacular palace with a beautiful walk alongside the cathedral. It is absolutely torrential. It's a very wet husband.
I'll do my best to stay dry.
We have just decided to take shelter under the most extraordinary tree. Isn't that wonderful? And there's another one over here, and I'm gonna risk getting drenched just so you guys can see it. Look at that! And we made it. We're here at the Palace of Las Dueñas. And we're very excited to go inside for lots of reasons, mostly because we are drowned rats. So today Seville is completely wrapped in rain, and it is the kind that has inspired us to look towards art and beauty, definitely indoors. And on a day like today, the Palacio de las Dueñas feels especially warm and intimate despite the crazy weather outside. And though the raindrops may have darkened these tiles, with the courtyards absolutely swaying under the weight of the water, the palace seems to absolutely lean in to tell us its story. It was built between the 15th and 16th centuries, and Las Dueñas has been home to generations of the House of Alba, which is one of Spain's oldest noble families. Poets, artists, and aristocrats have lived within these walls, and today the palace is still privately owned by the House of Alba and continues to be used by the family, while also very graciously opening its doors so that we can step inside this piece of Seville's history. And on a rainy day like this, it doesn't feel like a museum. It absolutely feels like a home. And also, we are practically alone here, so let's take you on a private tour with us of this noble, aristocratic, glorious place. Now, this is something I have never seen before. There are tapestries hanging outdoors. I think in this weather, maybe not such a good idea, but it's a sign of how lovely the weather is generally here. It's a very clever idea. Take a plain flower pot and paint it with the name of your house, however grand or modest. That's really lovely. For those of you who are in the States, this reminds me an awful lot of my very favorite American palace, Vizcaya, which is based in Miami. And a lot of the inspiration for the styling of that house was based on these grand Spanish palaces, but with all sorts of pieces brought in from all over Europe. Now, if you're interested in seeing what that looks like, or if you can't make it to Europe, but you want to go and visit someplace similar, definitely go see Vizcaya. I'll put a link to that video at the end of this one. The height of these doors makes me think of Oscar and Jeffrey's Chateau de Bellabad, where they also have to get some huge doors going for their house. It was a wall. I was thinking, wow, this entire place is just open, but it's not.
It's got a little door.
A little door. And this room is very, very beautiful. It's lovely, rich rose salmon on the walls. It just glows. We're gonna go see some flamenco later.
We might do.
I mean, we're surrounded. It's ladder bullfighting.
What?
We're surrounded by all sides
I'm not
with
doing
flamenco and bullfighting.
Let's see what she's doing here. She's going.
You can have a go later tonight. Gorgeous, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. These places are built to be kind of indoors, outdoors, with these wonderful sort of courtyards and open to the air and the elements. So, I mean, they really have beautiful spaces, and you can imagine that it's just gorgeous sitting in the rain, just looking out. But I think in the sun, it's a different experience. It'd be a lot nicer to come in the sun as well, because then you can kind of really take your time.
Well, just as well I brought the Chateau du jour bag. You've been cradling your camera, trying to keep it safe from the elements here. Yeah, and it's completely waterproof, and it packed up tight into my suitcase.
Smart.
I know. We should have brought yours. We should have brought the man one.
Yeah.
For Seville, I should have brought the blue and white tile one.
Yeah, you should have.
That one would have actually gone
That would have been great, wouldn't it?
with our location. So above where we just had our little tapas is something called the Cetas, which is this incredible structure, which is also a viewing platform to see the whole of the city. And I would love to do that one day. I think our weather is perhaps not going to be so great, although it did let up for a few minutes. So going on a secret adventure, we wanted to see some real flamenco. And so we looked and found out that if we went about 2 kilometers away from the hotel, away from the tourists, that we could see where the real flamenco students go to study. And they don't sell tickets in advance. We have to wait in a line. We're the only non-Spanish people here. It should be really interesting. This is the room. Most of the seats have been reserved. We've got a couple here on the side. So Simon, somehow we have found ourselves in this private enclave on a hidden street in Seville. Everyone here is Spanish, and most of them know each other. It's a miracle that we got in. There were about 10 free seats available.
I'm really happy to be here, but I do feel a bit of an intruder. I feel like this is someone's private social club, and we just came in off the street and joined in. But
everyone seems very excited.
Everyone's excited about the evening, so...
Yeah, and I have to say, I mean, they sold us a ticket and they let us in.
They did, it's their fault.
So we have every right to be here. I think this is going to be so special.
It's a big night for flamenco fans.
Yeah.
Y no le quise yo tirar y la vez que se fue.
is it? You got 50,000?
50,000 subscribers
Wow.
on the dot.
Just as we arrived at Seville. Isn't that
Just as we
amazing?
landed.
And Terry's texting you?
Yes, he is. Bless him.
Thank you. Those guys really helped to get it over the line, I think.
They did. They
Aw.
really did. They gave us a big shout out in their last video, and that was so lovely.
Super. Well done, sweetheart.
Yay!
Congratulations.
You know,
You've worked really hard for that.
I've never wanted to make a big thing about the numbers or because I'm just so grateful for everybody who watches, and really truly, whether it's 2,000 or 50 or whatever, it doesn't matter, because we love what we do and it's so much fun, and we love sharing it with the people who watch. And so far it's felt a little bit like a little private club, our little Chateau lovelies, but it's also really nice. It's really nice.
Congratulations.
Thanks to everybody.
And thank you to everybody.
A world where roses bloom, and when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will